What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today we are going to be taking a look at a mirror battle. Two sides of the reflection, good versus evil. Which one will prevail? But before we get there, we're going to take a look at the journey. So we are going to be taking a look at fates in this game, and roll the die on the opening shop on fates is so great. This allows us to look at 6 new units for next turn. We get to look at the first 3, and then we can also use our roll to look at 3 more. But we're going to find the blind mouse immediately, so that is going to be great. There's also a Humpty Dumpty there, but blind mouse is just so sweet on the fates, and I'm going to wind up selling off my happy little tree to pick up a second blind mouse this turn. This also allows us to make use of the free roll, and we'll have a tier 4 treasure next turn, and that'll set us up pretty well for the rest of the game. It's, I think, the best thing that you can do on the fates, and is just going to consistently be pretty strong. And in this game, we are going to take a look at the fates featuring Fool's Gold. Fool's Gold is just so good to get that early econ plus 4 gold each turn. I think it was yesterday's video that I showed off games with turn 1 prized pig and turn 1 or turn 2 upgraded kitty cuppers. Those both give 2 gold each turn. We're getting 4 gold each turn with Fool's Gold. So just really strong stuff. Don't lock onto this shop because we'll never complete a Cindy. So I don't really care about Lonely Prince. We'll have a ton of gold to pick up 3 cost things next turn, and that should hopefully be enough for us. So we can just pick up this whole shop and then roll. We could also throw in a roll, pick up some of it, but I think just picking up this whole shop is great. We've got a pair, we've got a ranged unit, we've got some high attack units, and then we'll roll after that. And I'm not super excited by anything that this shop has to offer. I think that the Lonely Prince plus Romeo could be okay. I think the ranged unit is actually bad because it's only being supported by the Labyrinth Minotaurs. It's not actually, we're not going to be able to cast any spells because of this Fool's Gold, so it does make this game a little bit interesting still, that yes, we've got the extra gold, but we can't just use that extra gold to purchase Wish Upon a Stars like we did in every game yesterday that I featured. So we are still going to be really strong. We'll be able to beat up on this Horde Dragon that's greeting a little bit with some extra XP. And then we've got a nice combo that we can pick up here in the Good Witch plus the Donkey. And that'll make us strong. I'll throw in a roll after that, and we find another Good Witch. So I think we're going to be going for some good stuff this game. Donkey just really strong here. This board is a little bit awkward because we're first attacking with a ranged unit and then attacking with a donkey, and our blind mouse is also so big that that might not die. So donkey might have a little bit of trouble spawning things on this current board, but goal is to just continue to be strong, and we'll figure out some other stuff. Against Geppetto, the donkey's also good because they might have some tinier things too, and we'll see. Donkey is going to wind up not summoning anything, so a little bit awkward, but my opponent doesn't really summon anything here either, so it works out fine for us, and we still walk away with a win. I'll pick up a golden chicken and then just roll. I don't hate the prized pig because we are so strong and could get a little bit more bonus gold from that. This shop is pretty interesting though. I think that we're past the point of Brave Princess, and I don't worry about the Labyrinth Minotaur either. I really don't care about the tier 2 treasure, and I just want to get a little bit stronger for right here and now. In hindsight, maybe that was an oversight. Maybe should also be picking up the prized pig, but we're going to be level 4 next turn. So I'm just thinking, holding on to as many things in hand, not spending gold just to grab a tier 2 treasure, but next turn we can spend some gold and grab some tier 4 units. I think I said tier 2 treasure, right? But yeah, tier 4 units, that could be really good. We could potentially move into like royals from here, despite not really having any royals at the moment. Could be good. My opponent also really farming for some gold here, and they're actually going to walk away with their upgraded prize pig. So good for them. They are also getting +4 bonus gold every turn and doing some really sweet stuff. But we're still going to have some bonus gold. We killed one of their pigs. So we've got 5 bonus gold for this turn, and some sweet units in the shop here to stay on the good theme. And I think I'd potentially like to try to find a Nutcracker at this point, or just some other tier 4 units. I'm definitely considering the Hippocampus, but I do like Lady, just to kind of replace these good witches that we've been using. I think that Lady will be slightly stronger, and then could also sell the Humpty and pick up the Donkey, and it's good to just play a bunch of good units at this point, because that will give us just more Godmother triggers and more chances that these donkeys survive and do sweet stuff for us. And then hopefully we can get upgrades on some of them. Unfortunately, not going to make use of my opponent's Ring of Meteors. And then the Good Mother dies pretty quickly after that. But we will still get some nice summons on the donkey, or one nice summon at least. And then we have to see how far this Lady of the Lake buffed up can take us, and it can actually take us all the way. So pretty nice stuff there. Then we get to triple on the donkey. That's going to give us a tier 3 treasure and a much larger donkey. Haunted Helm, kind of interesting. Nothing else really speaks to me, so I think I am going to go for Haunted Helm here. And oh, we found the Nutcracker. I didn't even see that in the shop. Okay, well then it makes a lot of sense that we go for the Haunted Helm, and then we can just put the donkey in slot 4, pick up another stag, basically rolling for another stag at this point. Not really super interested in anything else. Could pick up Peep, but Peep's always kind of awkward because you wind up summoning these like 1/17s or something, and I guess they're better with the Good Witch than they are with Lady of the Lake, but Lady of the Lake also just going to be very strong for us. The only issue that might happen on this board is my things aren't going to die, so that's going to make it awkward for Donkey and awkward for this Godmother. But Donkey is going to wind up summoning some things here, and then my Ladies of the Lake are 10 6s in the back, and we've got Nutcracker that is going to complete in one combat. So pretty sweet stuff for us. That'll give us an additional tier 4 treasure this turn, and then we do indeed walk away with another win. My opponents are buying a little bit more XP than us, but I think that we are still doing quite good for ourselves here. None of these treasures really stick out to me. Sky Castle on 4.2, take it or leave it. But Gloves of Thieving, I think, is fine, especially when our opponents are buying XP, because that means that we can maybe make use of some of that. I'll pick up a Friendly Spirit, and then we see a pair of Arthurs. Could have been nice with the Sky Castle, but I think that we are just going to wind up picking up another Godmother, and then rolling and trying to triple some of these other things that we got on the board. We've got the Stag now that we can triple, and I'm going to wind up selling off the Nutcracker. Don't really need it, and then I get to pick up a treasure map from the tier 3 treasure that we get there, and that's great. I just wound up picking it up right now rather than floating it and hanging on to the helm, because because we're playing up against the Ghost. I don't think it's really going to matter, and I just want to save myself the time next turn. So we pick up the treasure map, and now we're tier 5, so now we can roll for 9 Sea Terrors and potentially find ourselves a tier 7 treasure. I don't want to pick up the Lady of the Lake. I want this 9 Sea Terror, and awkwardly, we really only have one choice. Fairy Queen's Wand, +5/+5, who cares? Black Prism, we've got Fool's Gold. We won't see any spells until we make another triple. Kind of awkward, so kind of forced into Mirror Mirror, but there are some powerful things that Mirror Mirror can do. It is good with Godmother, though a little bit awkward. It can definitely be good with Medusa though, so I'm definitely eyeing up that. And Donkey has just continually been awkward on this board, so I'm actually thinking that I might want to get rid of this Donkey in favor of Monster Book. Maybe I'll just lock, maybe I'll let this one roll past and not care about it, but it's definitely worth considering. what direction we want to go in from here. And we're basically just going to wind up going into scams, and this is going to work really, really well for us. Well, the Medusa doesn't attack well, but it's still a really important thing to note. Once your Medusa attacks, you want it to either trade with the statue because your opponent has like Eye of Ares or something, or you want it to get attacked immediately, so that way you spawn another Medusa and it can attack again. Not really going to wind up mattering too much as it attacks the same statue. And then we get a monster book for free from the Gloves of Thieving. And that's right, I knew that we had a monster book on this turn, but I guess I forgot that we picked it up off the Gloves of Thieving. Also really eyeing up here this Oni King. It seems like it will be pretty good, not caring about the Baba Yagas or all of these river wash mermaids that we're finding, though we do see a lot. Those really don't do too much with Mirror, and we definitely want to just make use of that as much as we can. I'm going to pick up another Friendly Spirit as well as this Oni King, and we're just leading with the Friendly Spirits right now. We kind of have both the good and evil thing going on here at the same time. We've got the scaling with the good stuff, and then we also have the scamming with the evil stuff, and we'll see which direction we wind up getting pulled into there, the two sides of the mirror. And this Medusa is going to do a lot more work than the Friendly Spirit. It takes out the good boy, so that's pretty good, but it won't actually be enough. My opponent gets to make huge animals here with this doubled up Bearstain, upgraded Bearstain, and Princess Peep that they have from the Ambrosia. So a little bit awkward. We'll wind up taking a little bit of damage this turn, and we only grab a Chupacabra from them. It would have been wonderful if we could have snagged their good boy. That definitely would have pushed us in that direction, but now I'm still not totally sure where we want to go. I'm going to roll, see if we find anything. Another Medusa. I probably want to at least pick it up. We'll see where that winds up going into. Another Godmother, kind of off of it at this point. An Oni King, though, I think I will take. I think that is pretty good with everything else that we got going on. And then I'll wind up just putting in a Medusa. I don't know. Lady of the Lake still seems good here, too. Don't care about another Medusa. I'll just wind up rolling and that'll be it. But we're level 6 next turn. We've still got this Fool's Gold to make use of, and hopefully that can allow us to roll into some sweeter stuff. Maybe we can find some good boys and start to do some nice stuff. Or we can maybe find some other things that push us further into this scam direction. So we'll see which way it goes from here. Either way could definitely make sense and could certainly be strong. We're going to have these Oni Kings still doing a pretty reasonable amount of work for us. Friendly Spirit will go down right before it gets to attack again, so that's definitely some nice stats. And then a Medusa gets to be pretty strong for us to finish things out. So that gets a win, not quite a kill onto Geppetto, but a win. We only get a Black Cat from Geppetto though, so not very exciting. We do get to triple up on Friendly Spirit. That's pretty cool. And then I'll grab a deck of many things because I think that's going to help us scam into the late game. I maybe want Fool's Gold, but at this point, I think that we're probably just building into a scam comp, which isn't really a gold intensive comp. And when I see this Pumpkin King, that decision is definitely solidified. We can pick that up, and that will just allow us to pretty easily scam our opponents here. Still some awkwardness with the Friendly Spirit being a good unit that is also so good with these Oni Kings. But then I'm going to wind up locking on to Pigomorph and just trying to play as much tempo and scam it at this point in the game as we can. And unfortunately, we get our Pumpkin Pigomorphed, and then we also get our backline destroyed by dragons. So really awkward stuff. We don't have the Oni Kings. All that we have is a bunch of scamming Medusas, and we'll see if that's enough. It's actually a huge Medusa and is going to be enough to still win the combat. So that's just the strength of Mirror Mirror, as well as an upgraded Friendly Spirit. Both of those things are going to be nice for us. We get to pick up a Lightning Dragon of our own, so potentially means to do some scamming there. Don't see anything else that really jumps out at me. The game is almost over, so I don't think it's time for Hercules, and Jormungand isn't really the direction that we want to be in again, because it doesn't synergize at all with Mirror Mirror, and we can do some strong stuff with that. So we do have the option to grab a good boy there, though we would have had to lock it, lose gold, and we don't have any good units other than, yeah, I mean, we do have some good units, but mostly we are on this pumpkin plan here, so it would have been a little bit awkward. We would have played backline Lady Medusa, and then we would have played frontline Friendly Good Boy Oni King. Just a little bit of an awkward board there, so wind up not going for it. Try something out interesting here, a pumpkin along with the Mirror, and the Lightning Dragon will attack and give us the extra pumpkin spawn, so we don't have to worry about wasting that. Now, it winds up that my opponent oh no, not quite. They take it out with Earthquake, okay, and that actually kind of wrecks my Mirror, just really awkward timing. I think that we still end up winning because we have no, we lose. Yeah, we lose this one. Yeah, just awkward timing on those summons for us. So we will take a little bit of damage here. And then we get to play up against the Ghost. And that'll be the Geppetto Ghost. And Wonder Waddle and Horde Dragon can duke it out amongst themselves, and we'll see what we get into. I kind of don't want to play the frontline pumpkin again. I didn't like how that came out for us last time, so I'm eyeing up this Cupid to just go further into scam, and I think that I will wind up picking it up, selling off some of these Ladies of the Lake, and then immediately seeing another Lady of the Lake, but it doesn't matter. We don't really need a tier 4 treasure that badly anyways here. And would really love to grab some more pumpkins. Definitely not going to go for this Medusa, though I could have gone for the Rotten Apple Tree. I think that in hindsight, not picking up the Rotten Apple Tree could have been a mistake there. I'm definitely a little bit distracted this game by the Oni Kings and what they can do with the Friendly Spirit, but we're level 6 now. And we got to start acting like it. We got to be a grown-up, and we need to either go full scam or lose. And we are going to get a really good turn against the Ghost. Friendly Spirit lands onto itself and then gets to be absolutely massive. So that's sweet, but not going to matter too much when we play what is probably our final match next turn. Against either Horde Dragon or Wonder Waddle. So we'll see how that goes, but we are going to be strong enough to win this one just with this insanely large Medusa here, and that'll keep us strong with the Friendly Spirit combination. But Horde Dragon has won, so Horde Dragon is going to be our final opponent. We will grab this Oni King, and I don't know, we could grab Staff of the Old Toad, toss the Gloves of Thieving. It's the last combat, so the Gloves of Thieving really don't matter at this point. But the Staff of the Old Toad isn't really going to do too much for us. I mean, we could grab this Cupid, and I think that we should. We should grab this Cupid, and then we should play it, and we should cut the Friendly Spirit. Or we should maybe consider some of these Rotten Apple Trees alongside this Mirror. But going to wind up picking up a Cupid eventually, and then I move Cupid into the 4th position, backlining the pumpkin just to make it a little bit safer. And we'll see how this one goes for us. My opponent with Good Boy Mirror. I told you guys it was going to be a Mirror matchup, and that's because my opponent also found a Mirror as Horde Dragon, and they have got some really strong stuff here. So they have got Good Boys plus an upgraded Bear Stain and Mirror. So that is going to be a really tough board to deal with unless we can turn them all into statues. And things are looking really good here. We now have a huge Cupid. My opponent's units aren't actually that big, and it looks like we're going to win, but my opponent survives with 3 health. If they had just attacked into that pumpkin, we would have won the game. but unfortunately we've got to play another one. I have no clue what the percentage is on this. A lot of random stuff going on, and we don't get to see the percentages because Captain Croc messes up the simulator because the sim doesn't know what could be inside the Captain Croc. I'm going to complete the monster book, which I think is a much better unit in slot 4 because it'll get attacked into. I don't have to worry about it attacking. Which is the same reason a tree would be good, but we'll wind up playing this board, and what I think I should actually do here is play the Cupid, not worry about the friendly spirit, and just attack with my Medusas off the get-go, and then have my back line filled with Cupids there. And we are going to wind up not having great attacks with this Medusa. We take out one of their good boys and then we get the Medusa resummon, but that one attacks into a statue. So now my opponent has 2 good boys that are going to resummon themselves and pump themselves up to really high numbers with Bear Stain and Mirror Mirror. And it's all going to come down to what pops out of our pumpkin and if that could potentially be strong enough. But my opponent is going to have some really strong units here as well. Let's see, what do we get out of the pumpkin? We need a bunch of scam and we get nothing. So it is all up to this Cupid. This is the only thing that can save us, and it's not going to be enough. We're going to wind up losing this one, a really, really close game, but Mirror Mirror, good side, is going to take it. We were unfortunately the bad guys in this story. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.